What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, wasn't even sure if I was going to film any of this, but I figured, you know what, the camera's in front of me, I might as well. So, it's not really car content. Maybe we'll get into the Civic a little bit. Actually, I know we will, because there are a few things I need to do, but there's just so much freaking snow here. Look at this. It doesn't stop. It just keeps coming down. So, this lovely snowblower of mine, last weekend, when I was trying to clean up snow, snapped a belt in half, and, well, I've been trying to get the thing fixed. Went down to the local store, bought this, which is, they measured my old belt, sold me this belt, said, yeah, this should work. Got it home, I made 2 passes, and it was frying the thing. So, took it off, went back, got a different size, and, well, this one's definitely too, yeah, this one's way too, loose. I was looking at it, I was like, oh, maybe I just put it on wrong. No, what happened is this belt is supposed to be on the inside of the tensioner here, but it's too loose, so it flipped it out and it shoved it on the outside of it. So I was like, well, yeah, this ain't gonna work either. So then I went and looked the model number up on good old Google, and it told me that this Murray number is supposed to be the right number. So I'm gonna tear this thing down again and hope to hell that it's actually right. I know I replaced this one time in the past, and I really wish I would have kept the little belt sleeve that it came in, because this would be a lot easier right now, but I don't think I kept it. And if I did keep it, it's such a mess out here, I ain't gonna find it, so whatever. I'm just gonna go and throw this belt on and we'll see if the thing actually works. Alright, so I got the belt in here and briefly looked at it, and it seems like this is actually the right belt, which is good. So basically, you get your tension on here on your belt, and your belt guide's all in the, you know, kind of where they're supposed to be. See if it's too tight, you're supposed to be able to grab your whatever recoil here, unplug your spark plug so she doesn't fire up on you. But really, this top pulley, the engine, should spin freely of the belt until you engage the auger, and then, you know, obviously that tensioner puts tension on the belt to turn the auger. Well, so far I've been pushing this back and forth and then grabbing and pulling the motor over, and so far I have not seen the belt turn with the engine, which with this belt at first did not do that, and I thought I had it right, and then all of a sudden, yeah, she was turning with the motor all the time no matter what I did. And like I said, that other belt down here, this one's just way too long. I don't know which one this is. I got belts everywhere now, but this might have been a new one too. Either way, this one's also toasted. Huh. Confused now, because here I've got 2 belts. Where'd the 3rd belt come from? I don't know where that 3rd belt came from up here. Unless this You know what? I think I found, yeah, I remember now. I found this belt buried in the mess of my toolbox. I briefly remember the last time I changed the belts on this snowblower or the auger belt, I had the same problem. I couldn't find the right size belt by going down to the dang hardware store. They're a big errands dealer, so if anything cheaper than that, they don't really care about. Yeah, I remember having this problem in the past where I couldn't find the right belt, and eventually did. I'm assuming what I did last time is I just bought the OEM belt. I probably did the same thing, looked it up. Which reminds me, we're gonna do something right now. We want this, and we want this. Where's gonna come right? Heck, I don't know. Let's go. This will work. Boom. Ain't forgetting that belt number now. I'm going through this again. What a pain. Oh, well, hopefully that works. We're gonna know for sure today, because it keeps snowing outside and there's a ton of snow I need to move, which I'm not happy about, but it is what it is, right? So I said I was gonna get a little into the car. I found, since we can't run the factory overflow tank here, because obviously the charge piping's in the way, so that kind of rules this out. I thought about trying to like put it over here or something. It just, nothing fits right. It doesn't look good. I don't like it. So I went to the junkyard, got this bracket, and did all of that beautiful work to it for nothing. Typical. And I'm kind of glad I didn't just send it and order this last night, because I was going to do it without looking at the car, which would have been silly. I'm trying to figure out where exactly to mount. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So Chase Bays sells a aftermarket overflow tank, which is like obviously built to be better than factory for a turbo application. You can kind of direct, it's got two barbs on the bottom, one that's an inlet that comes, so it'll be from your radiator overflow. So this would go to the inlet, and then it's got a tube that goes up through the center of the tank, which basically it looks just like my Chase Bays power steering delete reservoir thing here. It looks identical to this. And that tube comes up through the bottom so that it takes longer for the coolant to just flow out, and there's an outlet barb, so you can run the hose wherever you want. You can run it off so it, you know, if you do have water come out, it goes under the ground, or you could run a secondary Chase Bays coolant overflow so that it would just dump into a secondary overflow, and then more than likely you probably would never have any on the ground. But with that being said, I'm gonna order one, but they make like several different bracket types. So I've been trying to figure out what bracket is gonna work best to mount that in here. And looking at photos last night, I was like, oh man, there's all kinds of room over here. Like, yeah, this will be easy. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's like no room over here, and this is not gonna be easy. But I think I don't know if I like that, because the wheel's gonna be there. Shit. I was gonna say I could almost mount it down here. The wheel's gonna be there, which I don't really like. I may be able to kick it off and fit it right down here. Be a tight fit, but it might work. Otherwise, man, I really got a lot of crap packed in here, don't I? Oh boy, yeah, it's gonna have to go here or here. It's pretty much my only two options. There's really no room anywhere else unless we come to this side of the engine bay, which I don't want to do. So then I'm routing, you know, past the exhaust and everything to come all the way over here. And then you blow coolant out and the turbo sucks it in. So yeah, let's not do that. It's gonna have to be over here. Just a matter of where. It ain't gonna fit in between, I don't think. No. Yeah, it's gonna have to basically like jet off and come down right here. Or I'm gonna have to see if it'll fit in here somewhere down in the hole. Which, depending on how far it comes down, it could have plenty of room for wheel clearance and all that. That's my biggest thing, is I don't want to slick hitting it. But I think I'll just stare at the brackets. I'll take some pictures of this, stare at the brackets and kind of figure out which one's going to work best. Still need to pick up vacuum line. I keep forgetting about that. But I was talking in the last video about the barb on the back of the intake manifold probably not being the same size as this barb. And I actually pulled off the vacuum cap that I had on the back of the intake manifold, and it actually fits. Like, it's gonna be a tight fit, but it'll fit on there. So I just need to get some vacuum line same size as this, run it back to the intake manifold, and that'll be done, which will be nice. What else can I update you on today? I went ahead and I ordered the the best way to look, our silicone boot to come off the turbo, our 90, and then a like 12-foot chunk of intercooler piping, so that we can modify this to go into the turbo. And then hopefully this will be done, and we'll have our whole turbo system complete finally, other than our up pipe, which is really the last thing on the turbo system that needs to be done, is our up pipe for our wastegate. And then we'll start shoving some money away to get a windshield put in this thing. After that, it's just a matter of getting all the suspension torqued, which I keep talking about, but in order to do it, I'm probably gonna have to put this outside, so I'd rather not be a snowy day. Get all that stuff torqued up, and then I do have to pull the CD7 out of here one of these days and program that, go through that, make sure my CAN line's actually working, because the few times I've started it, I haven't gotten any CAN data to this, so I need to verify that my CAN harness is working. And if it's not, it's probably just because I don't have enough spins in the wire, or the wire I use just isn't good enough to be running the data on. So may just have to remake the wire, worst case scenario. It's not a big deal. Really, that's about all I got going on today. Not a whole lot with the car. Like I said, I got snow to move and stuff, and even though I'd rather be working on this, parts are on order, and I'm just trying to plug away at getting this thing buttoned up, because yeah, it's the beginning of February, but you know, we got February, March, and then in, you know, what, half of April basically, and we're getting right into race season. So it'd be nice to have this thing tuned, done, ready, and maybe even make it to the first proving grounds. But we're not gonna, I'm not gonna promise anything on that, but it's hopefully the goal is to make it out there and be able to race on a weekend with Brad from Unified Racing. So anyways, guys, I'm going to a fishing tournament tomorrow. If you guys didn't watch my video from the Brainerd Ice Fishing Extravaganza last year, go check it out. It's a good time. I'm going down there tomorrow to fish for the day, hopefully win something cool. If not, it's just gonna be a good time. And I'll probably bring the camera again and record what I can. It's gonna be cold out, so batteries are probably just gonna die. Worst case scenario, I'll try to snag a few clips on my phone to just shove in the next video I make and get out to you guys. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the update and a little bit of snowblower action. And if you live somewhere warm, stay there, because this isn't fun. Anyways, see you in the next one. Peace. One more question. Do you guys like seeing other different kind of stuff like the snowblower? Or, you know, like I have this snowmobile here that's buried in all of this junk. Would you guys like to see me like bring that snowmobile back to life? Put it in the comments down below and let me know. All right, bye, peace.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't